Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to another learning unit of depreciation, that is disposal of non-current assets. This is class C2 and the subject is accounting. Moving on towards objectives, let's review a previous lesson first. This is our main objective first, and then we'll move on towards today's lesson and we'll focus on what we are going to do today. As far as previous lesson is concerned, we did definition of depreciation along with causes, factors, and methods. And then concept of provision was done along with provision for depreciation. Accounting treatment for provision of depreciation account was also done along with extracts. And in the end, we had allocated provision in profit and loss account and balance sheet. Why it is important to revise all these concepts again and again, because these are the base for today's lesson as well. It is important to analyze how companies use depreciation, which can represent a significant portion of the expenses on a firm's income statement and which can impact the value of investment opportunity in the short term. Although there are rules governing how to expense depreciation, there is still plenty of wiggle room for management to make creative accounting decisions that can mislead investors. Companies usually make sure that their fundamentals look good to investors. So it's essential to exercise good judgment when examining numbers that appear on financial statements. It's not enough to know simply whether a company has good looking earning per share. Investors need to be aware of the assumptions and accounting methods that produce those figures. Once you will have enough practice of methods, you will be able to analyze pros and cons of each method. Moving on to this topic, our key focus will be on calculation of total depreciation for a scrapped, sold, or traded in depreciable non-current asset. Then we will calculate the profit or loss on non-current asset. And lastly, recording the entries for disposal of non-current asset in journal ledger will be done. Moving on the basics of asset disposal, we will discuss definition of asset disposal. I have broken down the term asset disposal into two parts, asset and disposal. First of all, we'll discuss what is the meaning of asset. Asset are of two types. We already know that, current and non-current. Current can be converted into cash within one accounting period. On the other hand, non-current will be used in business for more than one accounting year. So we are concerned only with non-current assets here. And there's a list of non-current assets like vehicles, equipment, either on owned or leased, buildings may be owned or leased, office equipment, assets under construction, and there are so many which can be listed here. What is the meaning of disposal? To get rid of something. We can get rid of non-current assets either through sale, it can be through cash or credit. If we are selling our non-current asset on cash, the entry will be debit cash and credit that asset. And if we sell on credit, the name of debtor will be debited. Second method which can be chosen is trade-in. Trade-in means buy new and trade the old one. This is called trade-in. Donation can also be another option of getting rid of non-current asset, but in this situation we will receive nothing. Lastly, drawings are also used for getting rid of non-current assets. Drawings means personal own expenses. Owner can withdraw non-current asset for his own use. So these are various methods to dispose of non-current asset. Now steps to follow when completing entries for asset disposal. Steps. Transfer the accumulated depreciation, the very first step and very, very important. If it is the start of the year, then accumulated depreciation is enough. We'll shift this depreciation to asset disposal account. This is the format of asset disposal account. And what we will do, we will debit depreciation from provision account and will credit over here. As you can see, provision is credited in the asset disposal account and the entry will be debit accumulated provision account and credit asset disposal account. Second step, transfer the cost of asset. Transfer the original cost of the asset from the asset account, which is already maintained in journal ledger. And how we will do, we'll credit over there in the asset account and will debit to fixed asset disposal account as the entry shows here, debit asset disposal account and credit asset account. Moving on to third step, that is record the sale proceeds. It means how we are selling it, either through cash or through credit, whatever the entries. Let's suppose we are selling on cash. The entry will be debit cash and credit asset account. And that cash or bank, whatever it is, will be credited here. We are going to apply the entry here. This is the fixed asset disposal account, the base of this topic. And this is the format which you have to memorize in the beginning. And it is just conceptual based. In the end, we calculate the profit or loss. How? This is cost price of the asset. This is the cash which we have received. This is the provision which we have maintained. These three entries will be balanced off. Okay. And if the cash plus provision is greater than the asset, then there will be profit. And if it is less than the original cost price of the asset, then there will be loss. That will be shifted to income statement by passing the entries. Suppose there is a profit, the entry will be debit asset disposal account and credit profit and loss account. On contrary, if there is a loss as it is shown in the format, the entry will be opposite to that. Then debit profit and loss account and credit asset disposal account will be done. So these are the basic 4 steps, dear students. Step 1, transfer the cumulative depreciation by passing the entry as I have shown here. Step 2, transfer the cost of the asset by passing the entry which I have shown here. Third, record the sale proceeds by passing the entry and shifting here in this account. And lastly, calculation of profit or loss by balancing it off and passing the entry and shifting it to income statement. So this is the basic account, and this is the base of asset disposal account, and this is the PET format for asset disposal account for the calculation of profit or loss. Now see the practical example for disposal of asset account. This is the example. Alpha Hotels maintains its furniture assets at cost, depreciating at a rate of 10% per annum using the straight line method. Underline or highlight the important terms in the question. The company has a policy of depreciating assets in existence at the year end. The following is extracted from the balance sheet at 31st December 2003. This is the data. Costs of furniture 2 lakh, depreciation 1,22,000, net book value is 78,000. See what happens afterwards. During the year, the business purchased new furniture for £30,000 on 5th May. This is the additional furniture which they bought during the year. And the furniture originally costing 18,000 when purchased in March 2000 was sold for 8,000 on 31st May. So you have seen there is additional purchase of furniture and there is disposal of furniture also. So points to focus in this question. It must be noted that the hotel's policy is to depreciate based on asset in existence at the year end. This is the same policy as giving a full year's depreciation in the year of purchase and none in the year of sale. Second point, in this example, the hotel has already acquired furniture and equipment costing 2 lakh prior to 2004. During 2004, the hotel buys new furniture and sold some old furniture. It is important to note that assets sold are taken out of the asset account at original cost as they are recorded at that value in the account. Now see the solution. First of all, the very first step is furniture account, opening balance 2 lakh and additional purchase of furniture 30,000 and the asset which was disposed of with the original price of, what is the original price of the asset? 18,000. It is credited from the furniture account as it was required in the question that it is disposed of. So we have to delete the data from the asset account and the balance is left 2,12,000. This is the furniture account, the very first step, and we have deducted the asset which was going to be disposed of and we have added the additional furniture in that. This is over. Moving on, provision for depreciation account. We had practiced a lot in previous session. Over here, what we are going to do, we are going to deduct the provision for the disposed of asset. For the asset which is going to be disposed of, definitely we need to deduct the provision from this account and we need to shift in the account which is afterwards furniture disposal account over here as you have seen. So opening balance given 1,22,000, current year provision 21,200 and here is a working 2,12,000 into 10%. See disposal account. 18,000, 10% rate and number of years are 4. We have to calculate accumulated depreciation for the asset which is going to be disposed of. And the balance which is left is 1,36,000. And now moving on, furniture disposal account. Price of asset is shifted. Provision is shifted. And the cash which we have received on sale proceed is shifted also here by passing the entries as we have done in the previous slide. And here we have loss because 18,000 is cost price, 7,200 plus 8,000 are less than 18,000. So 2,800 is the loss which we have to shift in the income statement. See, these are the extracts of income statement, or you can say profit and loss account. Here loss on furniture. This is the loss on furniture. Is part of expenses along with provision for furniture, 21,200. This is the provision which I have taken from here, 21,200, and this is loss which we have taken here, 2,800, and both are part of expenses in profit and loss account. Suppose it was profit on sale of furniture, then it will be added in gross profit and then we'll write down expenses. As far as the extracts of balance sheet is concerned, fixed asset 2,12,000, this is the cost price. Depreciation 1,36,000, we have taken the balances 212,000. This is the balance 1,36,000 we have shown here, and the net book value is 76,000. This is the total question, students, so you have to pay attention towards every step. You have to memorize 4 steps, pass the entries for every step, and enter in the accounts, and you will arrive at the answers automatically. And in the end, you are going to prepare the disposal account. And when you balance of disposal account, you will see that you have profit or loss on sale of asset. In case of loss, it will be part of the expenses. And on contrary, if there is a profit, it will be part of gross profit. You will add in gross profit. As far as the extracts of balance sheet is concerned, you have to show the fixed asset at cost price, accumulated depreciation at that time, that is the balance in provision account, and the net book value. Moving on towards accounting conventions and depreciation. These are the basic 4 concepts which are used for depreciation. Prudence concept. Value of assets should not be overstated, though depreciation realistic value can be shown. Prudence concept means assets value should not be overstated. Depreciation is the method by which we show a more fair value for the asset. However, the depreciation of the asset is not undertaken purely to show market value. It is not market value, it is the estimated net book value. As far as the matching concept is concerned, it states that while preparing the income statement, revenues of the business should be matched with the related expenses incurred in that period. This means that the cost of non-current asset is not written off all in the income statement at once. Instead, depreciation is a charge in the income statement over the asset's estimated useful life to match its cost with the benefits it produces. Okay, moving on, historical cost concept, it states that assets should be shown at their original cost price in balance sheet and provision should be shown separately. That's why assets are shown at original cost price and there is a separate account called provision account for that particular asset. Over there we calculate depreciation. So this concept is directly applied on depreciation. Lastly, consistency concept. And it says it should not be changed. The method once you have chosen, it should not be changed. And this is in accordance with the consistency concept. Under this concept, different accounting methods are used the same way from one year to another. In this way, accounting users may have more useful comparison of financial statements from year to year. So these are the basic 4 concepts. Number 1, prudence. Number 2, matching. Number 3, historical cost concept. And number 4, consistency concept, which are applied on depreciation. Now let's summarize whatever we did today. First of all, we had discussed what is disposal of asset And we know what is the meaning of disposal. To get rid of non-current assets, we have multiple methods to get rid of non-current assets. Can be through sale, it can be through donation, it can be trade-in, and it can be drawings. And the concept of updated accumulated depreciation is very, very important here, because as far the start of the session is concerned, we are not supposed to update whatever the accumulated depreciation is given to us, that will be entered in asset disposal account. But if it is in between the session or it is at the end of the session, we need to update accumulated depreciation, and we need to add the remaining or additional depreciation for the months which are used in current year. After that, what is the accounting procedure of asset disposal? So we have seen the entries. We have learned 4 steps along with entries, and we have done them one by one. And in the end, we prepared asset disposal account to calculate profit or loss on disposal. And we shifted that loss or profit to the income statement and balance sheet. And what are the accounting concepts and conventions? We learned that prudence concept, matching concept, historical cost concept, and consistency concept are directly linked with depreciation. Now, this is time to do your work. First of all, click on YouTube link from resource folder for more understanding. And my email is accountingmania786@gmail.com. In case of any query, you may email me. And as far as the written assignment is concerned, first go through the content from the book and highlight important terms. Then solve questions 27.4 and 27.5 from your Frankfurt book. After that, solve the worksheet which I have uploaded, and that is you can receive from your assignment folder. And in that worksheet, you have your MCQs and subjective portion and theoretical portion also. So this is the end of depreciation topic, and this is the high time to practice your past papers, because this topic is very, very important and you will find a lot of questions in your papers. So students, thank you so much. Khuda Hafiz.